Okay. Okay. Hello. Today I'm with Loretta Langille, and she is a certified coach, PCC, a wellness guide, and a retreat host. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to Loretta because coaches need a lot of tools, and with emotional freedom techniques, I find it's a very great tool. And I know Loretta has also added it to her toolkit. So I'm wondering, what do you find the advantage of having emotional freedom techniques in your toolkit, or tapping as it's called?
Yeah, I found it has been so impactful because normally when you're coaching someone and you're just going back and forth with the process of words, right? Um, you can get to a point where you're getting into the emotions of things or the resistance of things. And when we start to use tapping, I just find we're getting somewhere so much deeper than we would with just traditional coaching. Coaching is great. It's an awesome, platform backbone to the conversation. But when you bring in the EFT, you're getting into the somatics of things. You're getting into the body. So the person might be holding the stress, right? So they might be saying one thing, and as a coach, you're intuitively feeling, okay, they're saying that, but they don't believe what they're saying. And so with EFT, we can use that technique, those tools to actually address that part. So the energetic part of it that's holding them back, or the emotional side that's holding them back. And we just don't get that as much with regular coaching. Like, yes, you can call someone out and say, hey, I noticed you flinched or you made a face. But when we use the tapping technique, we're actually addressing it at a deeper level, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah, it's in that moment that we're addressing it. Now, I know some coaches watching might go, well, when we hear the word emotions, it's like, oh, we
Yeah.
don't touch any of that, and
Hmm.
how do we, the awareness is growing on, emotional intelligence, all of that kind of thing. So what would you say to a coach who's getting in saying, oh, you're talking about us going to a deeper level and we want emotions in there? What does that, mean for you? Because they might say, oh, that's a therapy realm versus where a coaching realm is.
Mm. Well, I mean, every decision people make is emotion based.
Mhm.
So if you're not addressing the emotion, you're not really going to get a transformation or a change as much as you would when you do address that. Um, when you're talking about therapy, I mean, the difference with therapy is with therapy, we're looking, you're looking deep into someone's past, and you're maybe, working a lot more with the trauma than you would necessarily with EFT, although sometimes trauma does come up with
Yeah.
EFT, but we
Yeah.
use a trauma informed lens or a trauma informed approach to be safe about it.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah. No, it's true because
Yeah.
like there is a crossover between therapy and coaching because we are
Hmm.
emotional beings and there's
Yeah.
no way we can get out of that. But yeah, if there is a place for therapy and there's a place for coaching and there's that gray area. But when things come up in that moment, we have a way of
Mhm.
now with the tool to put it away, to
Exactly.
deal with it, to do whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, and I just coached someone yesterday who had never been to coaching and
Mm,
never worked with EFT, but she had been to therapy.
yeah.
And so it was really interesting. So I did some coaching with her about a specific topic, and we got to a certain level with it. And then I said, "Oh, would you be comfortable if we brought in a bit of EFT?" And we did. And then we just got so much deeper
Yeah.
in that short little time. It was really quick.
Yes.
And then she said, we were able to make some progress with it, because what can happen sometimes in coaching is you're talking about something and you just keep talking around the problem, but you're never actually getting to the solution or to moving forward, which is what coaching is all about, is moving forward. So this tool, I find, actually helps people move forward, and they feel confident to move forward because they've addressed the emotional junk
Mhm.
that they weren't dealing with before.
Yeah.
Because I know, even as a coachee, having been coached myself many times, when I've been coached before without EFT or without techniques to really help me move forward, um, I've sometimes felt like, okay, yeah, I want to do this. I have this, but I have this huge resistance or fear or whatever, anxiety or whatever, imposter stuff or whatever's going on. And then what happens is when I go to take action, that stuff all comes up, and then I don't take action, and then I actually feel worse about myself than I did before I even went to coaching in the first place. So, what I love about the EFT is that has helped to address the emotional stuff, the resistance and the stuff that gets in the way, so that I actually can move forward. And then I actually feel like, oh, yeah, I can actually achieve this. It's achievable within my comfort of my nervous system.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I love about
Yeah.
it too, because it gives you that ability to, like you said, move that block, and then now
Hmm.
you've got the capacity to look at what is getting in my way. How is that doing? Oh,
Hmm.
that's making an appearance. We removed that
Exactly.
block. Yeah.
Yeah. It's real
Yeah.
life here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for sharing that because that is so powerful,
Hmm.
and I think it is a kind of a missing link, and it's a
It
great tool,
is.
and it's easy because everybody's got access to it. You don't need any special equipment, and it
Hmm.
can help in that moment, and then that gives the people the ability to do that coaching and get to where they want to get to, and it's
Exactly.
sustainable because so often we can force ourselves and we can do it for a while,
Hmm.
but will it hold in the long run?
No, exactly. Well, and I love it too because um, not only does it give me a tool to work with my clients, it gives me a tool that I can teach them to
Yes.
use on their own. And
Yeah.
most of my clients actually, they use tapping on their, maybe not day to day basis, but they use it in their life.
Yes.
Outside of in between our coaching sessions, just to help them regulate, calm the nervous system, be with their emotions. Because as much as, like, you're saying emotional intelligence is becoming more and more important, if you don't have tools to be
Mhm.
more emotionally intelligent, then you just kind of,
Yeah. It becomes all logical.
yeah, and you're not going to get anywhere,
Yeah.
right? So there's like IQ and EQ.
Yeah.
So working with
Yeah.
both, with coaching, we're working with both, especially when we bring in the EFT.
Yeah.
So yeah, I find it great, and I remember going to the training, and I remember I went with another coach. Her and I went together
Yeah.
to the training, and I remember her saying in the group, she said, um, "This feels like that missing thing that I
Mhm.
needed to bring my coaching practice from here to here."
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. And I find, I mean, maybe don't use it every single time I coach, but I use it a lot, more
Yeah.
times yes than not.
Yeah.
I think it's an awesome tool. And yeah, and I love learning from you. And you're a great teacher. And I think that the other coaches that come to your class are only going to benefit from this for
Yeah.
themselves and for their clients, right? I mean,
Yeah.
coaching, when we're coaching people, we're also getting coached, right? We're also
100%.
gaining from it, right? It's, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Awesome.
thank you. I want to thank you too for introducing me
Uh,
to this world. I didn't know what EFT was until
uh,
you brought it into my view when I was at,
mm,
coach training there. You brought it out, and I thought, wow. At first I was skeptical, I have to be honest. I was like, this
yeah.
seems strange. Why are we tapping? Like, it seems so strange, but
Yeah.
I trusted you, and
Yeah.
from that process, yeah, I found it's been such an amazing tool.
Yes. Yeah. And it is. And that's we need many tools, and this is just happens to be a
Mhm.
really fantastic one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time here, and I appreciate you and learning from you as well on this journey.
Thank you so much, Corby.